So just give cool. So it's started recording.
Okay.
Now I'll make this very quick and simple. Like always, I want to be respectful with everyone's time. Omar's a busy guy, so I wanted to record this video with Omar, one of our successful clients. I've made plenty of videos kind of showing and explaining the process in much more detail. So I didn't want to make this into another boring video explaining the process. This one is unique because number one, Omar has an amazing personality, which I wanted to showcase to people in a second. Is that he got a client very quickly, but the funny thing is he made his employer his first client. So that was very interesting. That's what I wanted to showcase today. So Omar, kind of tell me what you were just telling me before we press record. Go on.
Yeah. So, for the people that are watching, I've tried. So first thing is, Arzam here is actually a really, really good brother. Like, he's actually helping his community, and he's there first and foremost. And the communication is really good. Second thing is I've tried a few other things, in the sense of, I started getting into forex, like getting signals and that type of stuff. And with that, especially, is like, okay, people might be giving you good signals or whatnot, but you have to be on your phone 24/7 and putting in signals and hoping to get like an 80% win rate or like 60% win rate. And sometimes that's just not practical, right? Because these guys are running their signals 24/7. You're sleeping. Sometimes you're getting the wrong signals. So anyways, I tried that. I looked into crypto. Some guy was trying to get me on coaching for real estate, but like all of these things have a lot of capital that you need to start with. So luckily, I came across Arzam, and I watched the testimonials, I watched the videos, and I really felt like this one's gonna be the one. And Alhamdulillah, it has been. Like, things are looking really good.
No, absolutely.
And
Like you feel excited for the future, don't you? Like you've just landed. The client. The interesting thing about your client is that it is your employer at the moment. We won't go too much in detail, like I mentioned before. Don't want to confuse people with what
yeah,
niche is, how much you charge, etc. We'll just say your client has been your employer, right? That was a pretty interesting thing. Thinking outside the box.
yeah, no, absolutely. So the industry I work in or whatnot, I saw opportunity in it. And maybe I don't know, I'm personable or whatever the case is. I went straight up right up to my employer, and I said, hey, like this is the opportunity. Like, all you have to do is trust me to get you more customers. And I gave them the whole pitch. I gave him the idea that if this look, there's nothing for you to lose, man. Like,
Yeah, it's just like the main thing is the systems that we give to you. You can literally use that as leverage anywhere. Like one of our other brothers, Idris, he's actually gone up to his employer and got a pay raise by using those systems. So that's very interesting. But the main thing is, I wanted your honest feedback. I didn't want to make this into another one of those videos where people think, hey, is it scripted, or is this like,
yeah,
have I told you to say certain things? Because I'm not trying to become or pretend to be perfect. Because if Amazon as a business can have trouble with delivering packages, trust me, as a coach, maybe I can as well. So I want to ask you like a couple of questions, of your honest feedback.
yeah.
Of the first question would be like, do you feel? I'm not sure if
I'm back. I'm back. Yeah.
yeah. Do you feel like the program is simple enough for anyone to follow? Do you think so? Honestly.
Honestly, I think the program is simple for anybody to follow. It's step by step. Like, you've laid out like the template,
Mhm.
and we just fill in the template.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty straightforward. I don't think it's difficult at all.
Mhm. No, I really appreciate that. And do you feel like I'm giving you enough attention and support?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime I message you, or anytime I have a question, or anytime I'm just giving you an update, even though we are on completely different time zones, Yeah, even though we're in completely different time zones, there's always been communication. There hasn't been a lack. If anything, like I'll get a message from you and I'll message you after or something like that.
I'll be honest, bro. It's just this anxiety that I have that as a Muslim, when you do promise someone something, it's just like, am I actually doing whatever the hell I can to actually get people there? So that's what keeps me on my toes all the time. And
Yeah, and
you
sorry,
mentioned,
just to build on that, Arzam, like, um, so one of the great things about this program is like we have so the way that you've structured it is that the 12-week step by step, like this is where you're gonna be in that time frame. The great thing about that is that like us on the learning side, we have this idea of what to expect, right?
Mhm,
And like as an example for me, like I'm quite busy with my work or whatnot, and sometimes I'm not able to put in the 45 minutes a day.
mhm,
But the way that you've structured the program is that like you're not pressuring us, but because we know that you're actually looking for our like best interest,
mhm.
that's the whole like aspect of coaching, because we're getting coached, and because it's like from one of our brothers, then we have like this obligation to try to be on time. But if we're running a little behind, it's not like it's the end of the world. So I'm really appreciative of that, because like there's people have busy lives, right? So
Absolutely.
you've set up a program where you are there every step of the way, and you try to allocate your time as best as you can for all of your students. So like or for all your mentees, I guess, and I'm really really appreciative of that.
No, of course, Omar. Like, I really appreciate you telling me that because it gives me more confidence and that excitement. Okay, let's step it up even more. Like, I messaged you, I think 2 weeks ago that I'm taking the next 1 or 2 months to really focus on client delivery. I'm going to slow down, the scaling of the business. And were you in phase 2 then when I sent you that Google form for your feedback?
Yeah, so I was in phase 2 when you sent the Google form with the feedback.
Okay, got it. And yeah, like relating to that, like generally, would you say you are satisfied or unsatisfied with the program in general so far?
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied because maybe like for me, I got results a little sooner. Like I don't know how it is for the other person, but for me especially, um, I've followed all the action steps. I've followed everything that you've laid out, and essentially, I've got my client, right. I got my first client. So the guarantee that's the guarantee that's being offered has been like presented. So
Yeah.
I have no nothing negative to say about my personal experience through the coaching and consulting, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely, really appreciate it, bro. And one thing I want to touch upon is, there's this thing with online courses and coaching programs that they're potentially scripted or like people are not being genuine. Although people watching are pretty intelligent. You're social creatures. You can tell if someone's being, kind of is scripted or being ingenuine. But can you just say, wallahi, for us that you're not lying just for people's satisfaction?
No, wallahi, I'm not trying to. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to big this up or say what's not, because at the end of the day, like, if I'm lying, and like that's on me also, and
Yeah.
some people that are actually like, think about it, the what you talk about in the beginning, like pain and all that type of stuff. A lot of us that, or maybe some of us that are here, are like in that painful situation. We need the help. So there's nothing scripted here, and if I was making this up, then that would come on me also, right? So no, not at all. I'm here because I need the help, and this will allow me to open, like, it'll allow doors to open for me, while I can still do the things that I enjoy doing, and not have my back up against the wall while I'm trying to do those things.
No, absolutely. And yeah, lastly, just to end it off, like any advice for people who just aren't happy with where they are, they're working a 9 to 5, or they have these goals, but they just don't know how to get there. They've tried so many different things, but what they're just scared of is being scammed and things not working out for them. What motivational advice would you give to those people in that spot at the moment?
My first piece of advice would be to whoever's in that situation is actually just take a step back and start praying, man. That's the first thing I'd say. Because you know, at the end of the day, whatever's planned is planned by Allah, um, and you know, like everything that unfolds is by His grace. So beyond that, I think that you should not be you should embrace the growing pains, and I think that with your research and with your intelligence, you should take some chances. And if you don't take chances, if you're not uncomfortable, if you're not worried, you're never gonna grow. So
Mhm.
all those things tie into making decisions and going out there and getting it. You know, like if you think about it, there's nothing to lose, right? Like and the next thing also is honestly, Arzam, like the whole when you mention like you're out there to help like your Muslim brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
I feel like that there is like me personally, I will give anybody that chance because of that statement.
Hmm.
And if something wrong happens or if something doesn't go the way it is, then that's between you and Allah now. You know, that's not between you and me,
Hmm.
because that's not in my control, right? So with that statement itself, it gives me strength and it gives me courage or whatever to work with you, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, like yeah, I have no complaints. I'm happy with how it's going.
No, absolutely, Omar. Like, I really appreciate you giving that amazing advice at the end and just sharing your honest experience. Just wanted to show people that, there are people succeeding and it does work. And just want to be someone different, giving people actual value. I'm in it for the long run, truly to help
Yeah.
people. And, especially Muslims is a huge responsibility. Well, anyway, just to end it off, one thing you can do, just I'll leave a link in the description. Please do Istikhara, watch all the videos, get to know me a bit more. Come on the call with an open mind. Inshallah, if it makes sense, we'll get started. So make sure to book in a call.